It's just setting up right now. Okay, you can go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Does any member of council have any pecuniary or financial interest?
I don't see any.
Okay, thank you. You had an opportunity to see the minutes of September the 29th. Council,
Oh,
any error?
Carl,
Oh, sorry,
Carl, just a second.
Carl?
Yes,
Daddy,
Yes?
I'm muted. Daddy has his hand up.
Oh, I apologize.
sorry. Sorry, Ted.
I have to declare when we do the bills.
All right. Council, I apologize. I'm at home and I don't see any of you. So Sue is going to have to help me. Make sure you wave your hand so Sue can see it so she can tell me so I can stop. And again, I apologize. Normally I go in there, but I wasn't feeling great. So I'll do it from here. So then Ted will declare at the time. And now we're in front of us is the minutes of September 29th. Is there any errors or omissions to the minutes?
I see none.
Okay, a mover and a seconder to adopt those minutes. Moved by,
Brian,
seconded by
Debbie,
Debbie. Further discussion? All those in favor?
everybody's hands up.
Okay, carry. Okay, so then we're moving on to the reports. So Dale, are you on?
I am. I'm here.
Hi, Dale. Good evening. Could you give us your report, please?
Yeah. So the fire hall is moving along really good. They've started to stand walls today, and the underslab plumbing and electrical is either complete or almost complete. There's possibility of pouring the floor later this week, and they're hoping to get Greenview to start doing their prep for paving very soon. And then tomorrow we have another progress meeting.
Okay.
We've done the water at the courthouse medical center. The water repairs seem to be working really well. All we have left is we still got hot water heater to get in. But other than that, the water issues seem to be pretty well solved there. And the only other thing I've got is just a reminder to council and staff that the library meeting or open house is this Thursday at 5 o'clock. It's not going to be very long, maybe half an hour, probably be 5:30. And all council and staff that can make it are asked to try and make it. And I met with JTM Solutions today about possible getting a quote for cameras for Station Park. And they hope to have me a price by the end of the week. That's about all I have.
Thank you, Dale. Okay, so members of council, are there any questions on those items that Dale has reported? Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
Madam Mayor.
Carl.
Sorry.
Oh, Carl, can you hear me? Yeah. Dean reported to me today there was more damage done in the park this week, eh?
Yeah, the slide was pulled off, but they've repaired that. It's back on. Henceforth, why I pushed to get a quote as quick as possible for the camera system in there.
Okay, good. Debbie, you had a question?
Yeah, my question, I thought that we got an email from Nicole that the open house was going to be at 4 o'clock, not 5.
It was changed and a new memo was sent out. I think Brian couldn't make it or somebody couldn't make it for 4. And so, yeah.
It is at 5?
It's at 5.
Okay, good enough. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions of Dale on any of the issues? Okay. No. Seeing none then, Dale, thank you very much and good night, okay?
All right, thank you. Night.
Tyler, are you on?
I'm here, yeah.
Hi, good evening, Tyler. could you give us the CBO and the bylaw officer report, please?
I have nothing outstanding to report, just I'm over 80 issued building permits now. Estimated value over $5 million worth of construction in our township, and that's all I have for tonight.
Okay, thank you very much. Council, any questions of Tyler either about the CBO part or the bylaw? Okay, seeing none. Tyler, thank you very much and a good night, and we'll talk again, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Hi, Chris, are you on?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Chris, could you give us your report, please, as Community Development Officer?
Absolutely. I'm just going to share my screen here.
Oh, wait, I'll share it just a minute. Oh. Okay.
Okay, can everyone see that?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. The first item, the Killdew-Hagerty-Richards Leaders Association. We had our first meeting on October 14th. It was well attended and very collaborative. Each group gave an update, which I will show on the next slide. We're working together on a project to recruit more volunteers for each group in a video series that will be called Volunteer Here. And our next meeting is December 9th at 1:30. So an update on what's going on in Killdew-Hagerty-Richards. The Knights of Columbus is selling berries as a fundraiser. The deadline is November 10th. The Round Lake Properties Owners Association, the Round the Round was a great success, and they'll be doing it next year. The CRC is having a Halloween contest and some very exciting virtual programs coming out. The Food Bank open every second Tuesday. The next one is October 20th. Friendship Club still doing lunches from 11:30 to 1:30 every second Wednesday. The next lunch is October 28th. The library is open with limited computer use. The Lions and KHR, the Christmas parade, and CHCR, the AGM annual general meeting is at 11 at Lions Hall or via Zoom. The second item, Christmas in the Park. In partnership with the Killaloon Area Lions Club, the Christmas in the Park parade will be happening December 12th from 4 to 7 p.m. Special thanks to the Lions for their help in planning and organizing this event. Anyone wishing to have a float in the parade, please contact Lynn at KHR Pioneer Museum at hotmail.com. The third item, coupons in the newsletter. So I would like council's permission to begin offering businesses in our newsletter the option to have a cutout coupon along with their ad. This would benefit both the reader and the business, as the reader would get a discount on items from that business and the business would get more people coming into their store. I would like to start doing this for the January and February newsletter. Local Government Week. To show our support for Local Government Week, we here at KHR will be launching an educational video series. So starting tomorrow, we'll be launching mini videos to explain the role of municipality and government, and check out our Facebook page for the videos. And finally, other updates. The municipal photo shoot with the OVTA was Monday, October 19th. It went very well. The Best Costume Ever contest ends October 30th. Remembrance Radio is happening November 11th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 102.9 FM, 104.5 FM, and www.chr.org. We'll also be having a small ceremony here, so I'll be sending out an email to council if they wish to attend. And I've gotten word from the military that they will try to send 2 soldiers out if they are allowed, depending on the circumstances. And then we'll have a veteran there, so it'll be very small, and it'll be going on at the same time as the Remembrance Radio, but I'll be sending out a big email for that. And finally, Killaloon, specifically Station Park. We were successful in getting it set up as a rest stop for Ride the Highlands. So that's another great tourism opportunity coming to our area. And that's my report.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Okay, so council, number one, the Leaders Association. They're looking to help to recruit more volunteers. Any questions on item number 1? Okay, number 2, Christmas in the park.
Well,
Carl?
Chris, what kind of berries are Knights of Columbus selling?
They are selling raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries. They couldn't get the blackberries.
Are they
So-
frozen? Yeah, they must be.
They're frozen, yeah.
Yeah. How big?
I don't know, but I have a form here at the municipal office I can send out to everyone with the ordering details on there.
Yeah, that would be good, Chris, because then we could all, if we wanted to buy, we'd have a heads up about that. Debbie, did you have a question on the Christmas in the park?
No, I think it's good.
Okay. Anybody else? Carl, did your question get answered?
Good, thank you.
Okay. Anything else on number 2, item 2? Item number 3, coupons. He needs permission to go ahead with coupons in the newsletter. Questions? Okay, those of you agreeing to allow that, pick your hand up. Sue, could you count, please?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Good, and I'm good. Okay, so that's a go, Chris. Next one is local government week. Now, Tammy and I had a really good discussion, Chris, and we're really looking forward to what you're going to present to move for next week. So good. Any questions, council? Number 5, the updates, other updates. Any questions on the other updates? As usual, Chris, thank you very much. A very good detailed report for council, and keep up the good work. Okay, you have a nice night. Thank you. Thank you.
I have something for in camera, so I'm gonna.
Oh, you're gonna stay?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay. We'll talk with you in camera then. All right, the fire chief, Bob, are you on?
Yes, I am.
Okay, could you give us your
Am I on?
report, please?
Sure. Can we share screen?
Yeah.
Sure.
You got it?
Just a second.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so what we're looking at, fire calls since the last special meeting. We had on September 30th, a general alarm at KPS, Kids Castle dishwasher problem. And the electricians were called in that day to fix it. October 5th, we had a burning complaint on Church Street. On October 10th, we had a tree on the line of Mountain View Road. That's all we've had of recent vintage with respect to fires. Activities of note, on October 6th, we had Capital Sector virtual meeting with the OFMEM. On the 14th, we had a teleconference with the fire marshal talking about all these lovely COVID issues with masks and that for first responders. The new fire hall meetings on October 7th, we had a progress meeting of the new fire hall. Dale talked to you about that already. According to Tyler Peters, we're about 7 days behind on their schedule, but we think that's going to be made up. We're not sure that's as accurate as we'd like. CEMC activities on, we've had DOC meetings on October 10th and the 19th. We had COVID-19 ministry meetings on October 2nd, 6th, 9th, 13th, 16th, and 20th. What we want to forward at this point is we did the interview and have a recommendation for a new probationary firefighter. We had the interview on the 13th for Brendan Prince. So I need authority to hire at this point.
Okay, let's stop there then. Okay, so I'm assuming Stanley'd like to move this. So moved by Stanley, seconded by
Brian?
Brian, that we hire effective immediately Brandon Prince as a new volunteer, probationary volunteer firefighter. Any discussion? All
No?
those in favor? Oh, all those in favor?
Yeah, all hands up.
Okay, good. All right, Bob, you got that? You could notify him tomorrow. Go ahead.
Will do. Wildfire hazard report, everything's been low for the last while. It's remaining at low. Again, depending when the next special meeting may be, this might be the last report. They're ending this on October 31st. That's the end of the fire season. Now, the COVID-19 report, I sent you one yesterday, and I've updated it today. So the items in red are showing you the changes since just yesterday. So in Renfrew County, we've gone from 72 to 75 reported cases, resolved cases from 58 to 66. And if you look at it in self-isolation, we have 8 people in self-isolation. 66 of those are resolved at 88%, which is a reasonable number. If you're looking at where they're located now, we've gone those extra numbers from the 72 to the 75. It's 1 in Pembroke and 2 in Renfrew area. In Ontario, what have we got? We've got confirmed cases now at 65,075, resolved cases at 55,978, which is an 86.02% resolution. And death rate, it's at 3,050 for 4.69%. Nationally, we'll come back here. Nationally, we've got confirmed cases now at 201,000, resolved cases at 170,000 for 84.58%, deaths at 9,760. We're creeping up to that 10,000 mark. That went up to 9,778 at 4.86%. Internationally, we're a little more over than 40 million right now, at 40,744,811 with 30,409,643, or 77.09% resolved. The death rate is at 2.74% with 1,124,437. That's what I've got.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Council, any questions of our fire chief on any of the items? Okay, thank you very much, Bob. Have a good evening and thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, just to let you know, we can't see you. You can just see your ceiling in your
Yeah,
house.
I'm doing that on purpose.
Okay, thank you.
Nice ceiling.
Just making sure you're not lying on the floor or something. Okay.
No, I'm okay. I have to be in my bedroom because of my dogs. I don't want them to bark. And anyways, it's the only way I can do it. So I apologize to the public that
Okay,
can't
no
see me,
worries.
but I am here. Yeah. Okay. Good evening, Dean. How are you? Good evening, Dean. How are you?
Good, thanks. Yourself?
Good, thank you. Could I
Good.
have your report, please?
Sure. Right now, we're just still doing regular road maintenance. For the upcoming winter season, wing blades, plows, sanders, the sidewalk plow. They've all been inspected and the plow wings will probably go on next week. The dock at the Round Lake boat launch will be removed this week as well as the curb stops. Also in the village will be put away for the winter. Ditching was completed on Lisk Street this week in the village, and culvert installations will be on James Street, Mountain View, Gorman Road, weather permitting, of course. We did have a dangerous tree on Hidden Trail Road. I didn't feel comfortable with my guys cutting it down, so we had to get a bucket truck in. They just took the top off or whatever, and then we took care of the rest by chipping the branches and taking away the wood. Other than that waste management report, C&D bulky waste continues hauling. They'll be doing it more frequently now in the coming weeks because of the weather, and hopefully getting majority out before winter. Other than that, I think I was talking to Stanley there. If you want to cut in there, Stanley, in that garbage compactor or that old truck.
I spoke with Dean, and that old blue compactor truck, I guess Danny and Dean, the boys, they were trying to get that going to be able to kind of supple it up and get some oil movement through it. It won't start, it don't want to run. And Dean indicated that the repair bill to that would be extremely expensive. I personally myself, I don't feel we should be putting big dollars into that old truck because we'll never retrieve it. we'd be better off to bite the bullet and have to park a road truck if we did get stuck and we have problem with the compactor or whatever it may be, that we could store a day or two of garbage there on one of those big trucks and try and get by till we get operational again. So this is my feeling on the issue. From here, I'll leave it to the rest of council for their decision.
Okay, what year is that vehicle, Dean?
I do believe it's in the late 90s or late 90s, early 2000s, I think. It's not in the, it was the garbage compactor that we used to take it to Red Rock site with the recycling trailer on the back of it. It was a compactor truck.
Yeah, yeah.
So we don't
we don't, it doesn't owe us anything.
No, it's been around for quite some time. And like Stanley said, we don't use it now because we do have the stationary compactor. And like Stanley said too, we're going to put more money into it than we'll probably need it for, and then it'll just keep sitting, and over the years it's going to deteriorate. So
you're saying we should retire it and you can manage without it?
That's correct. We haven't used it now. We haven't used it probably in 2 or 3 years at least. So
all right. Any other members of council have questions regarding that truck? Okay, so Stanley and Dean's recommendation is that we retire it. Does anybody object to that? Okay, anything else, Dean?
no, so what are we just gonna, we should put it up for surplus or see what we can get for steel, or how does council want to approach that?
What would you recommend, Dean?
It'll probably be just mostly probably for steel, and you won't get much for it because like Stanley was saying too, it's not running right now, and there is hydraulic issues with the compactor. So I feel it'll probably be just most likely for steel.
Okay, council, he's recommending we give it up for steel. Anybody object to that? Okay, Dean, you've got your direction. Anything else?
Not for me at this time.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know if you have to stay for, no, you don't have to.
Oh, John.
Yes?
John Jeff.
Yes?
Yeah, Dina, Albert Bukowski phoned me there yesterday. I think he mentioned to you once about those signs for the Skidoo crossing there. Must be right by his house. Dean?
Yeah, I can, he mentioned something, but I thought he was bringing that to council to see what their recommendation was, John.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's why he asked me. I told him it was a council meeting tonight. And another thing he asked for, but he said that's only a theory or thought. Those culverts are a little bit longer there, right at Foy Park, part of the road there, on that road. And he was wondering if they could get a Skidoo trail, you'd make it themselves down beside instead of going onto the road all the time. If they could cross the end of those culverts, build themselves a Skidoo trail along between the guardrails and the water right on the edge of those culverts. But he said that's only a thought and a theory. So we'd have to go out and look at it to see if I said it'd be hard to make a decision until we go there and look at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe Carl and John, maybe Carl and you and Dean could have a look-see at it and come back with some recommendations for the next meeting. Would that be okay? Or is that too late for Albert?
No, not till Skidoo season, so that wouldn't be till probably January.
Okay, so can I leave that to you three gentlemen, and then you can bring back a report and a recommendation for the next meeting?
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Okay. Anything
So-
else? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Carl.
Oh, Dean, do you want to set that up and give me a call, and what date you want to go?
It's up to you guys. If you want to go, yeah, it's really up to you, Carl or John. I could probably work around the schedule. So
Me, it could be any time at all.
yeah, it won't be this week. I have to go to get my eye popped out on Thursday, so
Why don't I give you, why don't I give you a call, Carl, maybe the end of the week and John, or does that suit?
Yeah.
That's fine,
That's
yeah.
okay with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
Okay, then,
good.
John.
Okay.
Then, John, we could take a look at the signs where Albert wants. Maybe I could actually get him out there too, and we could see where
Yeah,
he
you
wants
let
the
me know,
signs
I'll
put.
give him, you let me know, I'll give him a call and we can set it all up together.
Sounds good,
Okay,
John.
and now, what was the question about signs?
Skidoo crossings. See, when they come there, they cross the road
Okay,
right by
so
his place.
they supply them, John?
That I know, that's what we'll have to talk about. He wants to know
Yeah.
where they can. And we'll have to just talk to Albert and where the crossing is. And the day we have that meeting out there, we can talk that all over then.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, it's up, council definitely would have to give direction if we're providing the signs. We have to be careful that they wouldn't want them all over the township. That could be costly.
Oh,
Okay, I'll leave that with you three gentlemen, okay?
Carl,
I don't think it's up to us to put a Skidoo crossing signs up. It's up to the Skidoo Club or whatever they're doing. And I'm
Exactly.
not in favor of that at all.
Yeah, I agree with you. So why don't you guys go and meet and talk about it, and then you can come back. But I think they should be putting signs up, but that's just me. Okay, anything else for Dean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is it?
You get my
Stanley.
message there the other day
What?
about that stone.
Oh, yes, Stanley, I did. I got your message there. And like I said, if we don't come out tomorrow to get the Round Lake dock out, it'll be probably Thursday. But if you want, I could.
It's just, this guy was there and he was trying to pull it out of there with his four-wheeler, and he just didn't have enough four-wheeler for it. It's not a huge stone, but it's you know what they were like when they're sitting in the wet sand they're okay. But this is a sharp stone sticking up, and now when the water is down, you can see it very well. And there's been a lot of crops and boats damaged on that, especially in days when it's really congested there, and they have to pull in and wait around there to wait for their turn to get back down to get loaded, eh? So there's ramming up onto and hitting that rock there. So it's an ideal time to move it, eh? Because the water
Okay,
is right.
could I ask what we're talking about, please?
Yeah.
I don't know what this is about. Could I ask what this is about?
It's a stone now that the water has gone down. You can plainly see it. It's right at the boat launch where all the boat traffic is. And
Okay.
the boats are hitting their and breaking their props and damaging their boats on it. Eh?
Okay, and what are you asking?
And they would
What
like
are you
to-
asking, Dean?
just
What
to
are you
move it
asking
out.
Dean to do?
Just pick it up and either set it on the back of the truck or take it in the bucket and go with it. It's not that huge. Eh?
Okay, all right, thank you. I didn't know what you were talking about. Okay, so Dean, you're gonna look after that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Anything else, council, for Dean? Dean, anything else for council?
Nope, not for me.
Okay, so let's do, Ted, we're gonna do the expenditures then, so I can excuse Dean. So Sue, assuming Ted is declaring,
Yeah, I, Ted Brown, declare pecuniary financial interest with road and general voucher 09-2020.
okay, Ted has excused himself. All right, so council, you have the expenditure and the bills in front of you. Is there any comments or questions on the bill?
Brian,
Brian?
you have to unmute yourself.
22034.
Okay, and what, could you just remind me, Brian, what that is? I don't have it in front of me.
Library,
Library Outfitters, it says.
$8,000.
Okay. Sue?
I'm looking for it here, just a second. 22. What, sorry, Brian, what was it?
22034.
That was the furniture that the library got for the new portion, the addition.
So that's out of the portion that we've dedicated, right?
Yes, part of it the library and part of it us.
Okay.
Okay.
Brian, does that answer your question?
Yeah, okay, that's good. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Anybody else have any questions on the bills? Okay, I'd entertain a motion to pay them. Moved by,
Debbie?
seconded by.
Carl?
Okay, further questions or comments? All those in favor?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Perfect. It should be 5.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, could we ask Ted to go back in, please? Someone?
Can go back,
All right.
Ted.
Does anybody, okay, any other questions for Jean? Or Jean, do you have anything before I excuse you?
No, not for me.
Madam Mayor? I
Yes?
might have just a comment. I guess I know it's only a planning response for Franklin Hartwig.
Yes, yeah, I was gonna ask Dean that. Because I have a
there's
question, so,
difficulty.
yeah. Anything else beside that severance? All right, so Dean, just before you're excused, I do want to, Debbie brought up, and I was going to ask you, the severance is Franklin Hartwick's. So I looked at it pretty closely, and the only thing I don't understand, and maybe you have a better look at it, but they're talking about a road, and that it would be, we would want to take ownership of it, or we would, I don't know what that was all about. I don't think the municipality should be buying any roads or taking any roads over. So did I misread that, or what is the road situation? The county is appearing to have no problems, which is absolutely wonderful. But then they talk about the road situation on that severance. So what is the take on that?
To be quite honest with you, I didn't look at that severance.
Okay. Did anybody else have I don't have it because I'm not in, I left all my stuff at the office because I thought I'd be going in there today, but I did have a really good look at it several times, and I couldn't understand that part. Did anybody else notice that, or am I the only one?
I looked at it, it's hard to understand, Mr. Janice.
Yeah, that's where I know severance is inside and out, and I couldn't figure out what that is about the road. And so maybe we should get clear before we give comments, because if they're expecting that we would take a road over or something, I would be saying no. So anyways, could we get some verification on that? Maybe Dean, could you take that back and have a look-see and come back at the next meeting?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, Janice. I just overlooked that. Sorry.
No, that's not a problem. I think it's wonderful, and I hope that everything goes through, but I sure don't want to commit the municipality to roads and taking ownership or any of that. So I need to get clear on the road situation. I did look at it several times, and it was very vague to me. Even the county doesn't give clear direction on that. So Councillor, are you okay if we return that to Dean and he has a look-see?
Carl has his hand up.
Carl?
I think there's a concession runs right through from like up there at Delmers.
Yeah.
It runs right through past, right down, straight down, right to Stone Church. You know,
so why would they be saying that the township might be interested in taking ownership or something?
I don't know, but I know I know there's a concession runs right through there, right down to the church.
Right down to the church. Okay. Well, I think,
sisters up there.
okay. We need some clarification just before we give our consent to go ahead. So if council's okay with that, then let's get some clarification. I'm sure maybe it's nothing. It's just that it's very vague.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Dean?
Yes, I'll definitely look into that for the next meeting for sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, anything else?
Oh,
Ted?
yeah. I don't think they want us to take ownership. They're just saying that if we want them to do a complete survey, it would cost a lot of money.
No, I seen that, but the township, why would we ask them for a survey? That means that we want clarification because of the ownership. Like, there's a reason why they're asking if we want a survey. Like, there's no way we want Franklin to pay for a survey. And why would we? So I need to get that clarified, why they're
Okay.
asking, why they're suggesting that, you know? Because I
Yeah.
sure don't want Franklin spending $30,000 on a survey. I don't even know what that's all about. So I need that. Again, I know that stuff inside and out, and it just boggles my mind what that was about.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, anything else for Dean? Dean, anything last chance with council?
Nope,
Thank
I'm
you.
good.
Thank you very much, and I'll excuse you and have a nice night, okay?
Okay, thanks, you too.
Okay. All right, so then we're moving on to our CAO, Sue.
Okay, just grabbing, okay. I know I had sent the draft financial Killoo water drinking system. I need a resolution adopting the plan.
Okay, so moved by,
Carl,
seconded by.
Ted.
Okay, further discussion on that motion for the draft financial resolution. All those in favor?
Everybody.
Carried. Okay, then Zoom meeting, the future, Sue, next.
Yeah, so, at the EOCG meeting, we had a discussion regarding the future of doing Zoom meetings, or we could do it with the owl. We're just waiting for a cord, so just want to get council's direction.
Okay, so Sue had talked to other townships, and they're all going back to not having in-house meetings. They're all going back to Zoom meetings. So Sue and I and the EOCG committee, we're recommending that we go back until this COVID calms down a little bit, and that we follow the other municipalities and we continue to do it the way we're doing it through Zoom. And that Stanley and Ted and John can still come in, and I'll probably go in, but that we wouldn't have a regular meeting in-house. Okay, so is that, go ahead.
No, and on that note, so did you want to set up a couple of meetings ahead, like in November, December, so that council is aware then?
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, how's council's feeling on going back then? It's just because of COVID. Does anybody object to that direction? All right, so let's move on then. I have given.
Me again.
Carl.
Oh, sorry, Carl.
The meeting on the 30th, is it in Chambers?
Yes, it is, because it's a committee meeting.
Okay,
That's a committee meeting.
thanks.
Yeah. Okay, what about, now we normally we have on the 3rd of November, which is hunting, and I know a lot of you are going to be hunting. So would you like to bypass that one, council, because of the members and hunt camps, and we may not have quorum anyways. So who hunts the week after, the Tuesday, or what if we waited till the 17th? Let the hunters have their hunt. That'll be 2 weeks off. And we could meet on the 17th at 7 o'clock by Zoom.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody, then that'll be our next meeting, 17th of November at 7 p.m. And then we would move on to, I'll just go to the next one, just so council can write that in. The next one would be the 1st of December, and then the 15th of December. Is everybody okay
Meetings in
with that?
December, Madam Mayor?
Sorry?
2 meetings in December?
Yeah, the 1st and the 15th.
First,
Thank you.
Now, on the 15th, we'll see how things are going with COVID, but maybe we, council could go in that date for a face-to-face because we're not passing policy. We're just making a recommendation. So we could go face-to-face just so we could wish each other a Merry Christmas. So let's leave the 15th for maybe face to face. And otherwise, the other two that I just quoted was the 17th of November and the 1st of December, we would do by Zoom. And the 15th, let's plan on doing face to face unless COVID got worse or something. Again, though, still not allowing the public. We would do it with the owl, so the public are part of the meeting, but not face to face. Is everybody okay with all of that?
Yep.
Anybody object? All right.
No.
All right, Sue, then continue retirement.
Yeah, but just to let council know that Bob Garrow had set up a meeting for November the 21st to give Bob
23rd.
Yeah,
23rd.
Yeah, sorry, to give him
Okay.
his retirement gift. So if any member of council wanted to be there, it's going to be.
Okay,
at the
so I kind of took charge of that, Sue. I'm
Yeah.
suggesting that not council shouldn't attend.
Oh, yes, okay, sorry.
Okay, I'm asking because of the numbers and COVID. So I'm asking that the chair of the fire, which is Stanley, and I attend to present that gift on behalf of the township and the municipality, and that thereby keeping the numbers to the required. So just we wanted to notify you, and Stanley, I wanted you to know, I asked Bob to get in touch with you to tell you about the 23rd Round Lake Hall at 7, I think it is.
Yes.
And so council, if you're okay with that, I'm suggesting we keep it to Stanley and I. Okay? Anybody
Okay.
object? All right,
No.
Sue, next one.
Well, we already did the new firefighter. We did the resolution. And
Yep.
then I don't, you wanted to speak on sending the letter to Tanya Lyons about the Hope Farm?
Yes, so council, I received another, where the township received another email from Tanya Lyons, which we appreciated. I responded and I asked Tammy to send a copy to you. I believe you all have that. And is there any questions or anything on that item? Is everybody okay with my response? Okay, keep going then, Sue.
Then the only other thing I have is a half a page ad for the Christmas greeting for the Eganville Leader. We do it every year, and I just got it just before I left the office. It's very nice, and it's $175 for a half or a quarter page, I guess.
Okay, and now do we normally cover in Valley Gazette as well, Sue?
If they usually send something, yes. I haven't received
Okay.
anything.
Okay, I want to cover it so that if they do, council, would you then approve both the Eganville Leader and the Valley Gazette to put a Christmas greeting? And that's if the Valley Gazette is doing it and they ask, would that be okay? Is there anybody that objects to going ahead with those two ads?
No.
Okay, seeing none. Okay, Sue, anything else?
No, that's it for me.
Okay, all right, let's move on to bylaw then. We're going to enter into the agreement, the Priestley Demolition and Salvage King. Council, very exciting for us, and I would need a mover for bylaw 43, 2020. Moved by,
Carl,
seconded by
Brian,
Brian. Discussion on the motion. All those in favor?
okay.
Carried. Okay, first reading, Council Short.
Please.
Please.
Bylaw 43, 2020.
Any discussion? Second reading, Short.
Please.
Bylaw 43, 2020.
Any discussion? Motion for third, moved by,
Debbie,
seconded by,
Stanley,
all those in favor?
all hands.
Okay, carried. Okay, could we have third reading, please, Short?
Bylaw 43, 2020.
Thank you. Okay, we're moving on to correspondence then. Council, I'm going to go through this relatively quickly. If I don't hear anybody, I'm going to move on. The first one is MMAF Safe Restart Agreement, Phase 2. Any comments? B, ERON, the update on broadband. C, MMAS on this is good news, Council, and I asked Sue to circulate this. I want to congratulate Council and Sue and her team. The ministry has recognized Killaloon, Haggerty, and Richard at a recognition award on our FRIs for 2019. Well done. That's a great award to receive. Congratulations, Council, for your direction and your working towards achieving that. And of course, to Sue and her team for being able to accomplish that. And of course, we want to pass our thanks on to Will Barr for all of his hard work. Anything further on that? Okay, next we have the Golfers of Ontario, the update. Okay, E, we have the email from Michael concerning a request for public access to water, and if we would consider selling Hope Park, the property, about the building. So Council, I'm recommending we reply to Michael and tell him that the water issue has been addressed several times, and that Council remains firm. We've removed it, and you know, we thank you for his concern, but we've moved on that, and also that Council would not consider selling public land. That would be public land, the Hope Park, and we appreciate his comments, and but we're proceeding with what's happening to Hope Park, and it is public land, and we're not prepared to entertain the notion of selling it. Does anybody disagree with what I said? Okay, we're moving on to the Ministry of Solicitor General. Wasaga Beach about the car rally. Ottawa Valley Business. Then we have several emails from, we've got the email from Lynn Davis, the I. Okay, then we have J, which is the email from Jay Blake concerning a NOS bylaw. I did inform Mr. Blake that this had come up to Council several times and that we had turned it down, but I did tell him I would bring his email to Council for consideration. Has anybody changed their mind about the noise bylaw? Would you like to entertain looking into that, anybody? Okay, next we have the fire marshal communique. Then we have 3 emails from Lynn Davis concerning different issues. Next is the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing on parkland dedication and development charges. Then we have the County of Renfrew concerning investing in 10 million in high speed for Deep River and Arnprior. Next is the shareholder welcome to near surface disposal facility virtual open house, October 12th to 25th. Then I asked, we were given a presentation at the county on Mterra, and I asked Sue to photocopy it and give it to Council. Then I got an email from Ish concerning cycling and active tour, and I've invited, I think, who did I invite? You, Brian? And Chris and I. Is that right, Sue? Brian, did I invite you?
I did not get anything on it.
Okay, so Ted, did I send it to you?
Oh,
Well, I
Authorized.
apologize. I apologize, gentlemen. I'm wondering, I thought I sent it to you for sure, Brian, on the recreation side of things. But I'm wondering if you and Ted and Chris, if and myself, if we could take part in that. There's a date and all of that marked on there. I don't know what, I don't have it in front of me, but I'll leave it up to I know Chris and I have indicated that we will go attend, but Brian and Ted, could you let Sue know, and then Sue could let Ish know if you can. It's a virtual. Okay, next.
No, I looked at that. I've gone to pick my daughter up in London that night.
Okay, that's good. Sue, you could, okay, so we won't include you. Brian, what about you?
Could you resend it to me so I can have a look at the date and time and stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
Thursday, October the 29th at 7, but I'll forward the email to you.
Okay, thanks, and I'll get back.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds good. Next is from the Ministry of Ag and Food. Mr. Hardiman has sent me a thank you for being a delegate at AMO. Next is from the Ministry of Environment, Conservation and Climate about proposed blue box regulation. And lastly is a card of thanks. I want from Henry and I to council and staff. Thank you very much for your gift. It was very generous. And we need some new furniture, so we'll put it towards that. So thank you. Okay. Then is there any, where am I? Actually, no, we're gonna eat good on you. You guys sent us a gift certificate. Thank you. So now I'm moving on the agenda to any unfinished business. Any new business?
Oh, Brian has his hand up.
Oh, sorry, are you unfinished business?
Yeah, I just was, I had talked to you earlier regarding
Oh, yes.
a meeting for the ward system and the maybe the rec, if we could combine it together.
Yeah, Brian, we want to do that. So because Ted and Debbie and I and Brian all sit on both committees, we wondered if we could do them back to back, and we do it by Zoom at night to accommodate those of us that work. So Brian wanted to know if we could get a date, and it would be after hunting season. Could God forbid we'd have a meeting during hunting. Anyways, I see Brian chuckling. I'm wondering if November 16th at 7 o'clock, and then right after we do the wards, that'll be at 7. The completion of that, then we would move on to the other one, whether that be 7:30, 8 o'clock, or 9 or whatever. Would that suit Brian as chair?
Yes, it suits me. That's good for me.
Okay, Ted and Debbie, you were the other two. Would that suit?
Yeah,
Deb?
yeah.
Okay, so let's set it for 7, the ward, and the second one, whatever time the ward's finished, then we would begin the next one. Would that be okay?
Perfect.
Sure.
All right. All right, any other unfinished business?
Sorry, Janice, you were just crackling.
sorry.
What date was it?
I remember looking through my stuff there for loggers competition. I don't know whether we should chance to try and go ahead with that, or if we should put it on the shelf for this season, because there's a lot of work involved in that, and some of that work has to start very, very soon. Like especially like for the major prizes, I should be out there already talking to people like Dick Glover and those people that supply us with saws and stuff as gifts, you know. And it's very important to have those there. Now,
So Stanley,
I don't want to go in there and put them through all this, and then all of a sudden we're going to get another severe outbreak or something, and we get tied right in, and we won't be able to go ahead with it.
Stanley, I would recommend that we bypass the loggers this year. Again, you're right. What if we did all that? You did all that work, you and your team, and then we were limited to 10 people outside or 25, and then somebody'd have to be at the gate. And those people that are competitors, they do enjoy having the public, having the audience there watching. So with council and your permission, I think we should bypass this year and hope that 2022 we can go back to having a wonderful loggers event. Anybody disagree with my direction?
So, Janice, I agree with you, because I think with this COVID's going on, you never know what could happen between now and then. Could be all in red.
Yeah, and that's too much work, and to go on a maybe.
To all these people that donate, some of those are very, very expensive prizes, and you know, who is going to hang on to this? Who is going to sit with it? Who is going to babysit it for a whole year, you know?
Yeah,
I think we maybe best leave it where it is. And we can start thinking about it maybe a year from now, and we can do a bigger and better job of it and have another good one then.
I agree with you, Stanley. So let's put it on hold. Let's put it on hold till the following year. Any other unfinished business? Okay, new business. I just wanted to notify council, and I think we sent a copy to you, but I got a letter from about Waste Day, the province asking municipalities to be very creative and look at how we can address waste. And of course, as usual, KHR is the fort runner, and we're ahead of the game. I sent an email back to the minister saying that KHR are very proactive in that, and that we held a waste day. And I indicated that it was a successful day, and that we had 20 teams and 92 bags of garbage and recycling. Anyway, so I thanked him, and so I just want to thank Chris for all his hard work to making it so successful. And I indicated also in my email back to the minister that we would be doing this annually. And I want to thank the taxpayers that took part. And I'm hoping that next year Chris will be overrun with teams, because that's how much interest people will have in cleaning up the environment and making our municipality one of the cleanest ones. So I want to pass on that note and just congratulate Chris again on a successful day, and council for approving that go ahead. Any other new business? Okay, I want to thank the public, and I want to thank the newspapers and anyone else that's online. We always appreciate you taking part in our special meetings as we move forward. And again, I want to welcome any comments, emails, telephone calls, or texts regarding what we discussed tonight. And I would like to say good night to all of you. And council, then I would be entertaining a motion to go in committee of the whole. Good night to the public and to the press.
Okay,
Sue,
everybody is off, but you have to ask, is everybody